Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Ashtadashaധ്യായിനി Amba Tvam Anusandadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavaddeshini Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Charnu Ramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagat Guru. So once again, after 2 months break, and 2 years, we couldn't come over here, and in person, we couldn't meet and discuss. So this is a great day, and particularly today is the 4th of March. On this particular day, we are observing all over the world the Tithi Puja of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. It's a very, very auspicious day, and on this auspicious day, we are once again starting our Vedanta Study Circle Naperville's that organize the Gita discourse. We have studied up to 14 chapters, so we will be completing the 14th chapter, and then we will go to 15th chapter. In the beginning itself, Parthaya Pratibodhitam. It is as if to tell to the Partha. Partha means the Arjuna. To tell Arjuna as if the Lord Supreme, he is giving the highest knowledge. And that was recorded by Veda Vyasa. Vyasena Gratitam. Purana Manina. So this Veda Vyasa, he recorded it. And what is it? Advaita Amritavarshini. What is this Bhagavad Gita? It is the container full with the nectar of Advaita. Advaita Amritavarshini Bhagavati is divine. Ashtadasha Adhyayini. It is having 18 chapters. And then it has been addressed as the Amba. Amba means the mother. Amba Tvam Anusandadhami. I follow you, my mother. Why mother? Because the mother always try to give good advices to the children, and they never feel tired to tell that again and again. In the same way, the Bhagavad Gita also we find in different chapters, in different way, the Lord is giving us this advice. Amba Tvam Anusandadhami. Bhagavad Gita Bhavaddeshini. The Bhava means this world, Bhava means this phenomena, Bhava means this creation. Deshi, that it takes away from us. What is the problem of every time we are suffering? Like another lightning, only the happiness is coming. And most of the time we are suffering, for different reasons we are suffering. Suffering for our physical, mental problem, suffering for our all around people, suffering from the nature. There are many sufferings are there. Somehow we try to survive, and for the survival, from this suffering, we take out something which we think, oh, this is wonderful. So by that way we are trying to survive. But if you go and ask, no one is very happy, completely happy, satisfied. No. Can you close this one? So that is the reason we have to understand. This is called Bhavad Deshinim. The Bhava, this world, and we have to take out our mind from this world. That is the ultimate of spirituality. Then sometimes the Semitic religion, they'll be talking about the heaven, and that heaven also, we are leaving this behind and going to some place which is full of joy, happiness, etc. That is the conception. But our Indian religion based on the Veda, and there's Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, they always talk about mukti, liberation, not about Swarga. Swarga is a higher step, of course, but from there they like to go for the liberation. The liberation of what? Where is the bondage? The three guna, that's why they will say three guna, the three qualities, sattva, rajatama, that is the bondage. And the Lord God Himself is creating, and creating with the help of the Maya. And the Maya is having these three power, sattva, raja and tama. Suppose when he is creating, the Maya is creating, the power of Lord is creating, and if it is all sattva, all people are good, they are very friendly, then there will be no test actually. So it needs the clashes. If we go for the stories, the movies, everywhere, there will be a villain and also a hero, a good person and a bad person, the clashes, and that we'll be observing for 3 hours. If all good people are there, then we won't go and see that. Or all bad people, that also we won't spend our money to observe. So it needs, that is why the God has created, His creation is the mixture of good and bad. And in between, sattva, raja and tama, in between, a mixture of good and bad. This is mostly the human being. They have, say, 70, 80% bad and 20% good, and then they like to be good, and that struggle goes on. And spiritual life is nothing but to understand this struggle. There are all the darknesses are there, that is called tama. They are jealous, they are cruel, they like to live only for themselves, they can't think about others. That is the one thing. Not that they are not educated, not that they are not wealthy, they are. But at the same time, their maximum time, their mind is thinking how I will get the benefit, not the others. And second, raja, there are also good people, they like to help others, but in exchange they want the return. So that is the bad point. I am helping you, but you have to return me. And the third, that is called sattva. The sattva is the best quality. They always think for others, they always try to help others, and in exchange they don't need anything. That is a sattva, raja, tama. Now when I analyze, I feel, oh, tama is there, I have jealousy, I have anger, I have this, I have that. So how much? Then raja, I like to overcome that, I like to go beyond that. I am striving, I am taking the name of God, I am visiting holy people, holy places, helping other people, raja. How much? Then sattva, oh, I don't mind if someone is happy, someone is successful, rather I'll be happy if someone is successful. Like that, sattva is coming. In that sattva, it's always joyful. Why? Your mind is becoming broad. You can accept. Someone is successful somewhere, it's good. So that is called sattva. Spiritual life means analyzing these 3 points again and again. But instead of that, we go on repeating something mechanically and not understanding what for we are doing it. If you go out, you will find almost everywhere the Buddhists are going on chanting the name of God. The Muslims are also counting the rosary. Christians, the Catholics, they do. Hindus, they of course do. All they are going on doing. But where is the progress? We don't find that. The very ordinary, normal life they do. And moreover, when the monks, particularly the nuns, they live alone and not aware all the time what for they have become monk and nun, they become very selfish. Because when they are living alone, they don't like to adjust with others. Oh, I have to share my bathroom with others. No. I have to share my... No. I like to share... all this no. And they become very selfish. So this is the problem again. So how we can overcome this scripture? Why we are studying the Bhagwad Gita, the scripture? Because from this scripture, we understand what we should do. Who is giving us this teaching? Lord Krishna. Who is the Lord Krishna? He is the God himself. He has come down and taken a human form. So that is the life of the Lord Krishna. In the Bhagavata, if you read, in the Bhagavata it says, when after the creation everything was going on all right, and it was created by the Brahma. In the Hindu, the theology they will be saying, the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Vishnu is, as an administrator, is sustaining, helping. He knows how to handle other people. Like this it goes on. About the stories are there about the Vishnu. The Shiva is always very humble person and very simple. So someone was going on meditating on Shiva and praising Shiva, and Shiva ultimately became very happy and said, what do you want? To give me the boon so that the moment I touch somebody, he should burn. And Shiva was okay. If you place your hand on somebody's head, it will burn. Then he was an Ashura. Ashura means they're all the time, they're selfish people and very cunning type of people. So the Ashura, he said, well, how I will know that it is actually the boon is activated? So let me touch your head. Shiva told, hey, I gave you, it is real. Go to somewhere else. No, you are the only person here. So I like to touch you and then see whether really you burn or not. Then Shiva started running and he chased, and Shiva was very tired, where to go, that man won't leave. Ultimately he came to the abode of the Vishnu, and Vishnu told, what happened? Why you were running? I said, this is the thing, I gave the blessings and that fellow is now going to touch my head. Oh, okay. Now you go somewhere, I will handle. Now the Vishnu, he was quietly sitting, and the Ashura also entered, and Vishnu asked, hey, where you are going, good man, and where you are, as if you are running for a long time. Yes, I am chasing Shiva. Why? He has given me this boon, I like to taste whether it is really acting or not. So what you have to do? Touching the head. Hey, your head is so close to you. Why don't you touch that? Your head is there, and you are running to touch others' head. Touch your head and see actually it is activated or not. And we can understand he touched his head and he was burned to ashes. Shiva and Vishnu was happy, and Vishnu told Shiva, don't do this every time. So this is the way the story goes to tell that Vishnu is an administrator. He knows how to handle the situations, problems. So now that Vishnu, to whom our Brahma and all other gods and goddesses went and told, we cannot control the Sattva, Raja, Tama, these three gunas we gave. Now slowly, only Tama is increasing And Sattva and Raja and the same percentage, they are not increasing. I cannot handle it. Oh Lord, you have to do something. Who is suffering? This whole universe, whole creation. And the creation went in the form of a cow. That's why the Hindus, they always respect the cow. The creation is a cow. So it is humble and it can't do anything like that. But it goes on giving milk and helps people. So the cow went and then the Lord, Supreme Lord said, well, then announce, I will take a human form and take birth over there, and I will see how to abolish the bad people, the bad thoughts. So he came. Along with him, the Brahma announced and said, if you like to get the company of the great God, you also go down and take the human form, take the animal's form, take the bird's form, and be close to the God and help him in his divine Leela. Leela means divine play. So it is all play. From the Dvaitic point of view, dualistic point of view, it is also play. And Advaitic point of view, it is not there at all. So we should not mix it up. Now we are, right this moment, when you are studying the Bhagavad Gita, we are trying to give the explanation from the point of view of Advaita. Why? That is the most correct approach, explanation. So Shankaracharya gave that explanation. So he said like this. We started the 14th chapter, and I think from the 24th we will explain. We have to overcome all these bondages. And what is bondage? Desire. Desire for what? Desire for enjoyment. Desire for happiness. Desire for joy. When we go and eat food, it's not for suffering, it's for joy. When you are visiting some place, for joy. Whatever we do, only for the happiness, happiness and happiness. Sometimes I feel that when we are growing up, they used to say, you must study well so that you become doctor, engineer, this, that, and you will be somebody in the society. That is always in the Asian countries, they always fought for that. Then afterwards I found, no, that is not the ultimate. That's good, of course, but that is not the ultimate. Unless and until you are happy being a great doctor or engineer or an administrator, no, it cannot help you. You have to be happy. Happy with what? Less desire. Whatever I have got, it is sufficient. Whatever the opportunity I am getting, it is sufficient. Why should I have to all the time compare with others? Compete with others. If I am not comparing or competing, then I am fine. So that is the way we have to understand. So they say only if you increase your sattva. What is the sattva? Intellect and judgment, judging. I am happy. Why should I have to compare with others? They are more happy, maybe, I do not know. I am having one car, they are having 3 cars. They are supposed to be more happy, I don't know, but I am happy, satisfied with my car. And look at that person, he is walking, he is a homeless, he is not having the home, he is just walking, and thank God, I am much better. So if we compare in this way, then the satisfaction will come. The moment you are satisfied, then everything is done. So this is the way, what happened? Samadukha Sukha Swastha, the 14th chapter and 24th verse. If you know how to open Bhagavad Gita in your phone, you can try, or otherwise just listening will do. Sama Dukkha Sukha Swastha Sama Loshtashma Kanchana Tulla Priya Priyo Dhira Tulla Nindatma Samstuti. Sama means equal. The equal, when we are talking about the equal way, if we can think, and what? Dukkha and Sukha. In the 24 it says, Dukkha and Sukha, pleasure and pain. Sometimes pain comes, sometimes I am not successful, the difficulty comes, that is there. And the moment it comes, immediately we decide that we should go and then kill ourselves. There is so much of pain, no, I should not. That is wrong. But if you look at your own life, so many years you were so happy. So many things in our life. So if we look back, oh, so many things happened in our life. We were happy. Now few days it is problems. Okay, no problem, what to do? Now when we become old, ailments come, different type of diseases come. And if you go on complaining, you know what happened? Previously I could run 20 miles. Now I cannot walk 2 miles. What will happen to me? And every neighbor, then all the neighbors, the moment they will say that you are coming out, oh my God, again 2022. So it will be problem. If you go and go on telling your all sufferings, people don't like to listen to it. Because they like to enjoy. If you go and share the good thing with them, they're happy. Of course, they may feel some jealousy also. Another problem. So this sama dukkha sukha, I like to be happy. What should I do? Now I am little suffering, but I was so happy. And then if I measure my happiness in my life, I was so happy. I was born in a good family. Everything is all right. Now the last few years, okay, no problem. Sama dukkha sukha. Not that you have to be a great Swami for that. No. This is for everyone. The Bhagwad Gita is teaching for everyone. And it is not a spiritual teaching. It is not a religious teaching. Of course it is. But this is very practical teaching. Each and every individual, they like to be happy. And how you can be happy? Sama, equal, in pleasure and in pain. Somebody insulted you, that is, of course, insult is very difficult to digest. He is insulting, criticizing, but I have so many people, they also praise me. I am happy. Swami Ranganathanandaji used to say that to addressing others, the young Swamis, the Ranganathanandaji at his time, he was a great scholar and speaker. The hundreds of people they used to follow. In those days, all these machines was not there. So in person. So obviously, he didn't get that chances to reach out to the different people. But still, almost all over the world, the famous universities invited him to give the talk, the Ranganathanandaji. Then he said, see, don't feel jealous and don't think that what I am doing, you can also do that. And my followers, the same way you will also get your followers. No, but you go and speak, you will get your own follower. Maybe I am getting 50, you will get 5, but you will get your own follower. That means, don't feel, oh, he is 50, I am 5. Like that, constantly you are going on crying. Who is crying? Who is suffering? You. So jealousy actually burns the person who is jealous. It's not harming the other. I am thinking about him or her and I am feeling jealous. But who is suffering? Me only. That fellow, he doesn't know that you are jealous about him. He is very happy. Hey, how are you? Then you feel more jealous. He is asking me this question. It doesn't. Like this, we have to understand. What is vichara? Vichara doesn't mean that you have to sit and you have to quote from Shankara, then Ramanuja, then Madhvacharya, then that is also different type of vichara. The great scholars that do. For us, the ordinary people, our lifespan is this much, and we like to be happy. And for that, when you are studying Bhagwad Gita, in a very practical way, I should try to understand and utilize that teaching for my betterment, for my happiness, for my joy, for my comfort. Sama dukkha sukha swastha, sama loshta cha kanchana. This is a very difficult for the people to accept. The loshta, the stone, and the kanchana, the gold, are same. When it is same? When I am dying, I know that I am going to die, and I am having in my bank account $5 million. What is going to happen to that 5 million? Somebody else will take it. If I am not giving it to someone, then maybe the bank authority will take it. What you are going to do? Nothing. Suppose you are having lot of gold and you die. Some other people will say, okay, let us share. He was a nice man, he has collected so much. The jewelry, no, let us share. What you are going to do? You are not enjoying. So this we have to understand. My lifespan is this much. And I have to overcome these. What? Sorrow. I have to overcome sorrow. And what should I do? Whatever I have got, I am satisfied. Sama. I am satisfied. Maybe if I strive to get some more, better. When someone came to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Master Mahashaya and he was asking, can I earn little more money? So why not? In a right way, if you earn money, no problem. But a portion of that, give it to the holy people. So when you are sharing that to the holy people, whether you have the time or attitude to practice spirituality or not, just by giving the donation to the holy people, you will get their share. Holy people go on collecting fund and they lose their spirituality. That is also there. In Bengali they say, dibe or nibe. You are giving and you are accepting. When I gave my blessings, I accept their sins. When Ma Sharadamani Devi, she was telling, oh my God, this type of people, they come and I am suffering so much. Then someone told, Mother, then in that case we should not. No. For that only we are born. Don't think about that. So this you have to. When you are going and eating in somebody's house, he is getting all the blessings. Of course, he is spending money and feeding you. He is getting the blessings. Your all good deeds, little minus. It will be there. So what you should do? You should pray to God. Whether you understand or not, it is going on always. The balance is constantly. That is a wonderful computer, whether you understand or not, balance will be there. That's why one should be very careful, and when we are going and collecting fund or going and eating or accepting things, we should always think about God. I am accepting it on behalf of you and I will spend it for you. So this is the way it goes. So Sama, Loshta and Kanchana. Loshta Kanchana, there's the stone and the clump of mud and the gold, same. Whenever I wanted, I got. Now what I am going to do with this? Tulla priya priyo dhira, tulla nindastu samstuti. The same way again and again they are telling. Then ninda and samstuti. The ninda means the criticism. When one can happily, with open mind, accept criticism, that means he has very much progressed in spirituality. And when somebody is criticizing, as because the reporters are there, the leaders will be with their smiling face, they will listen to you, as if they are not minding your criticism. Afterwards, they will send the police to arrest you. Not like that. Not like that. It will be that why he is criticizing. There must be some fault in me. Let me try, let me understand. If that is not there, no, he was doing wrong. I am all right, I am perfect. So this is the way you can get the opportunity to analyze. So you need a very open heart, open mind, and very strong willpower. So then only it is possible to go beyond this. So what is spirituality? Going and offering food to the God, of course it is good, but the main thing is analyzing, understanding and practicing. Understanding and practicing. Analyzing, understanding and practicing. That is called spirituality. So he says, the tulla priya apriya. Priya apriya tulla, the same. And dhira, when it is very calm and composed, ninda samstuti. Some people are praising you or some people are criticizing you. So this both should go together. The similar way it is going on, telling the Lord Krishna in the 25th sloka, Manapo manayas tulla mitrari pakshayaha sarvarambha parityagi gunatita sa uchyate. Now guna atita. Guna, in the beginning of the class we were discussing, guna means 3 gunas, 3 qualities. We have to keep in mind that when you are studying Vedanta, this word again and again it will come, that there are only 3 gunas. What are the gunas? Sattva, Raja and Tama. So Sattva, Raja, Tama, these 3 gunas, these 3 only doing the havoc in this world. These 3 only. You are a good person, people are coming, touching your feet, paying the oblation and respecting you because Sattva is little more. You are in between because the 2, the Raja and Tama, Raja and Sattva are there, Tama is also. But when you are Tama more, then people like to shun this much. Those who are in the Tama, if they practice and overcome that, then they get all respect. In our scripture also, in the Ramayana, the composer of the Ramayana, the Valmiki, he was hated by everyone, including his own family members. They told, no, we are not with you. And then slowly he realized, he understood. And they started taking the name of God. And then he became the great Rishi. And now each and every one, every Hindu, they will be touching his feet. That means it is not eternal the damnation. It is not eternal heaven or eternal hell, nothing like that. Our composition, the more a Tama, bad person. Then a good person comes and says, hey, why don't you do like this? You will overcome. It is possible. Try it. Now it is you who will take the decision. Yes, I am going to make myself perfect. And slowly you go on practicing. Valmiki did that. And Narada Muni came and he told, why don't you take the name of Rama? Go on taking the name of Rama. And you will be purified. Why Rama? Ramayati iti Rama. The meaning of the Rama? Ramayati, give joy. Who can give joy? God only. Take the name of Rama, just go on. Apparently, only a name, 2-letter word, a name. But when the Guru said, just go on repeating it, he did that. So these are the 2 very vital points. When the Guru is asking you to repeat this, you just go on repeat that. You need not to bother about anything. And it has been proven that gives us the wonderful result. What will happen? You are going on repeating. Then slowly you are thinking about the personality. and then imbibing all the good qualities of that, the Lord, and then you are transforming. And what is the transformation? Your tama will go out and your sattva will come in. That much. So this is the way it is saying, Manapo manaya tulla mitrari pakshaya sarvarambha parityagi gunatita sauchyate. Now man and apamana, like the same, the praising and the criticism is the same. And mitra and either your friend or foe, they are same. Today someone is my friend, tomorrow he may be a great enemy. And that person was my enemy, and next he may be my friend. So we do not know, it may change. So we should not be, oh, what will happen to me, what is going to happen, like nothing like that. Just wait and watch. So that's why they say your mind should be tranquil, and you must develop the patience to see what is going to happen. And if we go on praying to God, things always changes. Sarva Ramba Parityagi. And he never does anything out of his own will. Whatever has been asked to do, he does. When he goes out to do something, that is the problem, it happens. In our monastic life also, some of the brahmacharis, young, energetic, so they like to do it. They have seen the other senior swamis are doing. So something happened. He goes and then he solves that problem with the same way. But the Swami will come and say, why you have done it? It is not your duty. Whatever has been asked to do, that much you should do. Not more than that. By that way, you are not only restraining yourself, but you are minimizing your ego. I am doing it, I should do it, I might do. So that ego will slowly go away. Then only it is possible. Without that, you cannot make any progress in the spiritual life. Monastic life means the struggle with the ego. In the householder's life, they always say, you should not be egoistic, but self-confident. If you are not self-confident, then you will be nowhere. Because you have to take the decision, you have to do everything. Otherwise it will be very difficult. Oh, I don't know how to drive, I don't know how to use the card, I don't know, it won't help you. You have to learn it. You have to do it. You should not depend on anyone. That self-confidence should be there. I can handle this. So here this is telling Sarvarambha Parityagi. Who is that? He's a sannyasi. He doesn't do anything. Swami Vivekananda, when he was planning for an organization, because of the unique ideas of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, without the organization, only Swami Vivekananda or his direct brothers, direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, his spiritual brothers, how long they could be? They will die someday. Then this unique idea of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, that will be lost. So he was thinking about organizing something and the discipline and rule and everything. And it is so difficult to rule the monks. When they leave the hearth and home, they leave their family, why they should obey you? You don't bother at all. And in India, if you just go out with the Geruva, you will get the food. There's no problem. Go and stand before someone, all will come and bow down before you. In India still, they have great respect for the monks. So why should we bother? And he had to give the training. So you can imagine how he made the whole rule slowly. When American friends, they were telling, Swamiji, you were talking about this, but you're not planning. We have to plan how we will make it, how to get the money, all these things we have to plan. Swamiji immediately said, I don't make any plan. I only do the mother's work. That means the idea will come from that Supreme Lord. And then people, money, and all those sources which are necessary, he himself will arrange. Only thing, I am there to organize it, that's all. The nimitta matra bhavasabhya sachin. In the second chapter, we have read, the Lord Krishna is asking the Arjuna. Arjuna is thinking that I am fighting. No, I won't fight. They are all my own people. And Krishna said, hey, you are not fighting. I am only giving you an opportunity to get name and fame. It has already been done. Mayai vaite nihata purvameva. Are you thinking that they will survive? No, I have already killed them. Nimitta matra, you just become, you are there. Arjuna is the shooting and killing and he is a hero. You get the name and form, name and praise and all that. But actually, it is me we have done. What we learn from that? Many things we do as if we do. But do we really do ourselves? No, that is no. We don't have that capacity. We don't have that capacity. One of our senior Swamiji was scolding us, all young. Then someone was saying something, and hey, are you not afraid of me? Then he said, Swamiji, we are afraid of you because we have voluntarily come to you. But whatever you say, we all follow. But can you make that same thing to the shopkeeper over there outside? He won't listen to you. Then the Swami looked at him and said, that is correct. That is true. So that means, if the God is giving you the power, everything will happen. If I try to do something, I won't be able to do. Manchaya vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samati tvaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Now he said, how you will get this? By worshipping me. Mancha, you abhyabhicharena. And you have to worship me with a concentrated mind. Today I worship Ganesha, and then after 3 days worship Kali, then Brahma, then Vishnu. No, that won't help. Abhyabhicharena, Bhyabhichara, that is not complete dedication. He is changing his mind. She is changing her mind, not like that. I love this and I love this. My full dedication is to this God. So, Mancha yo Bhabicharena. Who is this me? The God Supreme. It is not only the Sri Krishna. Sometimes some people they misunderstand that. They think as because Sri Krishna is mentioning this, it is Sri Krishna. So we'll only worship Sri Krishna, nobody else. Okay, no problem. But when you are criticizing others who are worshipping Kali or Durga or Ganesha or other form of gods and goddesses, then you are also not understanding the true import of this teaching. Mancha means the Supreme Lord who is all-pervading consciousness. And it may manifest in different form, in different places, in different time. If we say the God only manifested in our country and nowhere else, that means you are limiting the power of God. God cannot go anywhere except me. God will only eat the boiled rice and boiled potato, nothing else. Maybe he may mix a little sugar, the salt, that is okay. You are going beyond the power of God. Who are you to say that? So sometimes some friends, they are good people, but they don't understand. Actually, they are going against the will of God. God can do anything. Whatever He likes to do, He will do that. Anything. Once Narada, he was going to visit the Vishnu. Then the two monks were there. Hey Narada, you are going to visit, see what the Lord is doing, and when you are returning, can you please tell us? Well, yes, no problem, I will return from this way only. Be here, I am coming back. Then when he came back, these two, they were eager to listen. Then what the God is doing now? Oh, I saw he is putting the camels through the eye of a needle. One said, it is not possible. How a camel, such a big animal, can go through the small eye of the needle? Well, you don't believe that God can do it? Okay. The other one said, why not? God is all powerful. It is nothing for him. Immediately he realized the God. The Narada said, you are blessed. So have faith in the power of God. When you say God cannot do this, God cannot eat this, God cannot go over there, God cannot take another form, God cannot speak another language, he should only speak Sanskrit. I don't know God knows Sanskrit or not. But in this way, if we are, that is blaspheming. Sometimes we use this word blasphemous against God. This is blasphemous. This is blasphemy. God can do anything. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, you have come here to eat mango. Eat mango. Why you are counting the twigs, the leaves and all that. Innumerable. You cannot think of it. So he said that you abhyavicharena, without deviating the mind, goes on praying to me. Bhakti yogena sevate. What is the bhakti yoga? Love. I love God that much. When I am going out of my house, I am praying to God. Immediately returning, I am remembering God. So the devotee will never stop unless they go to the shrine, offer their pranam. This is the first thing that we should do. And otherwise, sometimes they will come and they will be talking with other, the group, Acha, let us cook this and let us cook that. They are great service they are giving. But that is not bhakti. Because they have forgotten for whom they are doing it. The first thing, I have to go and bow down to God. So one of our Swamiji used to say, let me go and salute Thakur, then I will come and talk to you. So every salute. Let me go and so that way all the time, first and foremost, when we are offering something, some food, oh, this is for my grandson, she loves this, this is for my granddaughter, this is for my son, and whatever left, I give it to God. You can give, but doubtful whether God will love it or not. Because you don't have love in that. The love is the first. Oh, I should offer the first thing to God, then for others. Anything that is good. So that is why he is telling, Manchayo abhyavicharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samatittvaitan. Then what happens? The gunas, the sattva, raja, tama, these three gunas, which are binding us, putting us into so many different situations, they are actually the pet dogs of God. And God will say, hey, he is my guest, you should not harm. All the three dogs will quietly sit. They won't do any harm. You go beyond the three gunas. How? Just by loving God. Because the sattva, raja, tama, they won't do any harm. Because the Lord is standing there. So this is the way, if we understand, sa gunan samatittvaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. What is the Brahman? All-pervading consciousness. Brahmano hi patishtaham amritasya bhayasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukasya kantikasya cha. Now, the 27th verse, he says, Brahmano hi patishtaham amritasya. In the beginning, when you were chanting the stotra, what is this Gita? Amrita Varshini. What is the Amrit? Amrita means that knowledge which gives us eternity, by which we can understand what is eternity. We all like to survive, each and every one of us. We take photograph in different situations, different places, with different people. Why? We like to remember that. We like to survive. Then some people are there who are rich, and they will expect and arrange that their statue should be there somewhere. The name of the road should be in that name. And then everybody forgets. But in the statues that may be used by the birds for their sitting place, that may be there. But they always try to survive. Why? Because our original source from where we are born is the eternity. So how we can be mixed with that by understanding that we are not this limited being. And that is called Brahma Jnana. We are not limited being, though we are this moment enshrined in this body, and in the name and form I am associated with. Swami Shatmananda, I look like this, I have the clothing like this. This is an identity. But in reality, I am the consciousness. I am the Brahman. This body will someday burn. All the clothings will be burned. That means I am lost? No, I am there. So this, when you understand, that is called Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpati. And Sukha Svaikantikasya. Shashvatasya. Shashvata means eternal. And eternally what? Sukha. In the beginning of the talk we said that we all are pursuing for the sukha, or pursuing for the happiness, pursuing for the joy. How we will get that? When you go beyond the three gunas. And how we can go beyond the three gunas? By loving God and not putting our mind anything else. Only God, for everything God. When you are putting like that, then the God will withdraw all the three gods, Sattva, Raja, Tama. Then you are face to face with the God. That is called bhakti. And what will happen when we see the God face to face? We will find God and me are not different. We are the same. And when you understand that, a great joy comes. And that is the happiness, that is the joy. What happens after God realization? Eternal happiness. What happens after Brahma Jnana? Eternal happiness. And this is the ultimate of spiritual life. So, every time, every moment, the functions are going on as if the Nitya Ananda, the Nityananda, that name comes, Nitya Ananda, constantly Ananda. There is no misery. Constant joy, 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 happiness, happiness, happiness. How? These things we have to remember. Friends, I don't think we'll be able to begin with the Panchadasha. We will come to Panchadasha in the next month again. And Panchadasha is a very interesting, and they will explain, the Lord Krishna is explaining how the creation came. It's a very interesting way. And I think many of you know, I said many a times, that when I was coming to this country, the final interview to get the visa, I went to Bombay American Consulate, and there, that the American gentleman, I was thinking that he will be asking me about the American history. So I purchased the book and memorized all these incidents, some names of the presidents, all these things. But you know what he asked? Surprisingly, he said, you are going to, as a Hindu monk, and yes, can you please tell me what is the first verse of the 15th chapter of the Bhagwad Gita? Look at it. Luckily, not that if he had asked me from other chapters, I would not. The 15th chapter, luckily, all the monks, when the moment they join as a brahmachari, you're supposed to memorize it, otherwise you won't get the food. When the monks, they sit for food and they will be chanting. In some places, Ramakrishna Mission, of course, Brahmarpanam, but almost all the other places, this you have to chant. So we always memorize this. Before food, they are going on serving, you have to go on chanting. And if you are not chanting, the other monks will look at you, hey, he doesn't know. So that will be a great shame. It was that I remembered, and the moment I started telling Urdhamulam Madashrakam, and my voice is little rich, and that is the Bombay means, the Marathis, they are very devoted. When in the morning a Geruva clad person chanting Bhagwad Gita, they all came and stood with folded hands. Then the American gentleman told, "The interview is going on, you please go." They thought it is the Gita discourse is going on. But anyway, the moment I opened the Panchadasha Adhyaya, I remembered that. So, see, so wonderful, happy incidents are there in the life. Sometimes some people are, of course, they are bad. So you have to forget those, and happy incidents you have to remember, so that at the time of death, all happy incidents will come in your mind. Thank you, friends. And we will conclude with the stotra, usually we do, from the Dhyana, Gita Dhyana, the last mantra, giving the description of the Supreme Lord. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunnanti Divyai Stabai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayantiyam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yogino Yasyantam Navidu Surasuragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi